Damn, son, where'd you find this?
People don't be offended by the truth. They be offended because you called out the truth. Simple as that. They don't want to hear any other narrative that makes them look bad.
One thing I can't stand at this big grown age is somebody who act like cause and effect does not exist. Like, yes, your actions caused this outcome. Yes, what you did lit the match. Like, why are you surprised and playing victim?
Guys, Chico, they never lied.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
Stranded and alienated, stripped and humiliated, wallowing in a vision, now cold and isolated, caught in the lies of a false reality, feeling the sting of inner depravity, as sin begins to pull you in, like a rigid force of gravity, yeah. Spewing out lies while claiming to be true, drowning you in sorrow like a proverbial stool, robbing you of all you ever known, forcing itself onto one's throne. It attacks so ruthlessly, it attacks so relentlessly.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me get my color right. There we go. Peace and blessings, man. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. The Attic Open Mic is back. Appreciate y'all for being here. Shout outs to everybody in the building. Shout outs to the poets, the writers, the content creators. You know, I got to get my flowers out where it's due. I love this community, man. This is my favorite portion of the entire week. We hang out. We share some spoken word, man. We just in good company, good vibes. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to bringing everybody up here. Do me a solid. Make sure y'all show some love to the good people in the building. This is open mic night, brother. Open mic night. Let me bring everybody up to the big screen. Do me a solid. Let the people know that we are live. Like, share. Sydney, True Whispers, and Joe. I see you, brother. I see you in the building. Let me bring everybody up real quick, man. Yo. What's the word?
Hello. How are you doing?
Good.
Trying to get into this live chat. I don't know how to. Oh, here we go. We're chatting.
What's going on, man? How you feeling? I appreciate you for being here this evening with us. We're signed. Hold on a minute.
I'm just trying to learn how to type, man. I'm sorry.
Don't no problem. See what's going on. I'm a
Oh, you can just hear me? That's even way easier. I don't have to type anything.
you can, if you want to interact with the people, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh,
Let
no,
me
I
see.
got it now.
We're
She
gonna
was
get
yelling right outside my door.
how everybody feeling today.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I would say I'm glad it's Friday, but I don't work, so every day is basically the same thing.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm putting the link in the chat. So if you want to pull up and join, you got some spoken word, you try to get some bars off, you're more than welcome. Quick little introduction from everybody if y'all want to go around real quick. Okay, I see Ivan is in the building. Let me bring him up on the screen. Ivan, what's going on, brother? Let me know when you can hear me when you clipped up.
Hi, Creed. Hi, Sydney, Joe.
What's up, Ivan?
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Glad you could be here. Glad you could be here.
Thank you. So I'm currently not set up with the lights and stuff. So I'm going to have this as my display for the rest of the show. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's more than fine. More than fine.
All right. Thank you.
Real quick, let's go around and do like a quick intro because I don't think anybody here has met each other yet, except for Sydney and True Whispers. Those are the OGs on the open mics here. But I do want to say welcome to Ivan and Joe. I appreciate y'all for being here. Right now, I just want to give everybody an opportunity to kind of connect real quick. Just let the people know who you are, where you from, um, anything you might want to plug in for the viewers that's watching. We'll start with Sydney, since you the OG.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sydney. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a mom with 2 kids, and in my free time, what little I have, I'm a poet and artist. I love to write on all sorts of topics, mainly psychology and climate change, like environmental stuff. But I go into other stuff too. And I have a couple books in the works. They're not out yet, but working on it. Other than that, you can find me here. You can find me on Blue Sky. I'm the Science Squid poet or poetry. So I'm glad we have a full house today.
True, I'm gonna turn it over to you, man.
Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good, you good.
Okay. So what's going on? So I go by the poet name True Whispers. My actual name is Ryan. I've been doing poetry now for about maybe 15 years. Uh, Spoken word poetry. I've traveled around my city performing in different places. I had a couple pieces published in magazines, newspapers, uh, newsletters across my area. I did a little bit of writing for magazines in the local community. I'm just now currently running a YouTube channel called True Whispers Poetry. So after this, you can go and check it out. I'm currently running on Threads. I'm on, oh man, I'm on everything pretty much. You can find me on Substack, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, just all over the place. Just really trying to make this poetry thing work. So glad to be here.
Glad you could be here with us, bro. Salutes. Joe, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the good people?
All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sydney. Hey, True. Hey, Ivan. And hey, Creed. Or I don't know. My name is Joe. I recently started writing poetry. I guess last year. Typically, I like to paint, but I'm just trying to learn something new, and I've seen that words are really cool, and now I like writing poetry. It's like a whole painting in itself, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's about it about me.
Welcome again. Welcome again. Um, Ivan, it's on you.
All right. Thank you so much for the space, Creed. Thank you, Joe, Sydney, and True Whispers for those introductions. Well, my name is Ivan Bekarin. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a poet, singer-songwriter, a trained actor, also about to be called to the Nigerian bar as a lawyer. So I have been doing poetry for as long as I can remember, and yeah, it's one of my shticks. So I'm looking forward to how this all plays out, and yeah, nice to be in this space. Once again, hi everyone.
Glad you could be here, bro. We got some diversity in here today, and I love this. I love it. Shout outs to Lily. Uh, was that Lavelle? Um, Medieval salutes to the Cat Warrior. Appreciate y'all for being in the building. Let's get this show started, bro. Where do we want to go? We have like a little rotation type of a thing. We go from maybe, is it left to right? Yeah, we go left to right, top and bottom. Uh, I'll start us off with something. The order, I'm gonna try to do it like this. We'll go with, we'll go Sid, True, Joe, then Ivan. So everybody just be warmed up. I'm gonna kick us off with something. Uh, everybody gets a solo. So when I pull the screen and I give you that one-on-one, yeah, it's gonna look something like this. And then I'm gonna let you do your thing, and then we'll come back to the big screen and we'll keep the show going. Sound good?
That's great, man.
All right.
Sounds good.
So let's see. Let me bring this. All right. Title this one: Taxation Without Representation. Who are you waiting on? Are you sure that their arrival will be what you expect? Or are you just living in a pretentious world where he or she or it rolls out the proverbial rug like Aladdin and gives Genie? Or did Genie, hold on, let me start over. Who are you waiting on? Are you sure that their arrival will be what you expect? Or are you just living in a pretentious world where he or she or it rolls out the proverbial rug like Aladdin and Genie did for Princess Jasmine? Do you realize your fairy tales by the scent, touch, or nostalgia? If being adjoined by the hip, are you in some sort of protective bubble that defends you from the sin and cold, clammy hands of death and karma? Come on, somebody. And can I get a witness or a slap back into reality or prove me wrong with rationality? Because if I'm wrong, I'll take a double of what you're having and an extra shot of cognac for being naive. Because what I see are fluttering tongues, broken homes, people throwing stones and selling souls for one-way ticket to temporal pleasure that fades and goes away and is sore to the bones. Relationships based on lies, retaliation, and being the chick on the side. Prenup agreements, court dates, child support hearings, covetousness, money, and more money for pride. Who are you really waiting on? Better question. Would you give up you just to get them? "2019, I wrote that one. I'm all about just to give some context. I like to talk a lot about what's going on in the world, how superficial ideologies they rot the brains of people, they ruin relationships, marriages. Like spiritual war, I really enjoy speaking about spiritual war because I don't think people really take that serious. So I'm going to turn it over to Sydney. I'm gonna let her do her thing, and we'll keep the show going. Shout outs to Voice. I see you, bro, in the building.
Bang, 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 bang.
All right. I will start with a climate change one first. All right. This one I wrote very recently. This is part of it's going to be part of my climate change themed poetry book. It's not quite done yet. I want to add more to it, but it's already kind of long, so I thought it would be fitting to read anyways. I am complicit. I do not sort my recycling to the best of my ability, and I still buy items made of plastic, wrapped in plastic, contained in plastic, preserved in plastic, protected by plastic. Plastic I tear off in seconds, from things I consume in minutes, now sitting in my garbage can, until it goes away to stay in the soil forever. The plastic my cleanliness lives in hangs out for weeks and months until I decide that its emptiness dirties my space. So I toss out my clean intentions out the window via blue bins for the bluebirds to eat. I am complicit. I spend my time clearing my eyes of the unnecessary purchases, the unwanted gifts, the poorly thought out decisions, the things I never got to use. I waste my time, my money, my space to consume, to mask the pain that I am part of the problem, that I benefit from the destruction of the being upon which we owe our lives. And without her, we face a life of deprivation. But of course, I need, discarding thoughts for a cart, discarding my planet for my thirst, discarding my future in favor of ease. I am complicit. I love car rides and road trips just for the drive instead of walking. I'll pollute up the freeways, filling up the air with the organic sludge of life that breathed air before me. I have 2 legs, 2 arms, which carried my ancestors across rivers and mountains, across entire continents and seas, but instead I ask the unfeeling machine to transport me across dying land, paved with the long-dead algae that once made the planet green, that now instead turn our air brown.
Sensational.
And that was called I Am Complicit, even though I'll probably rename it.
Is that really a thing? I thought maybe I was the only one that did that, like change the titles of a poem. Do other people do that here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I won't think of a name right away, and then sometimes I'll have a name for it, and then as I go, I'm like, I think this one's actually a better name, and come up with something different. It depends on the poem.
Okay. Okay. Hey, as long as I ain't alone on it. Um, Joe, how
Yes,
you
sir.
feeling? You good? You ready
I'm,
to go?
yeah, I got one rocking and rolling.
All right, all right. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right, this one is doesn't have a title, but it goes like this: marginalized by marginalized, missed by bullets, never taking note. To self, you are worth it. Never sell yourself short. Dollars still bills to be paid, not on time, but in time. Energy, even soul. Time is not to be spent, for it is what you are. Do. Time in itself is not a straight line. That's why you must read between them, your hands, that is. Like I said, you are time. Read the clock, always on it. A spiral contained an Ouroboros who heard the chorus was you and ate it all up, forgetting the words were of us, and the universe is the word of the choir, the song of the eye, and the center of unity. And then let's go with oh, sorry, I got them on my phone and they're kind of. Oh, let's do this one. A well spoken word is softer than the most subtle of kisses. So speak from the well. A well spoken word is sharper than any image. Speak from the well where words of depth are right on the surface and cut through the illusions. A lion's mighty roar, an oar to stir up the waves. Those are signs, sins. These are the signs. You are the ocean. It's in the shores we are tied. All is even and all is assured. And that's what I got going for right now. Let's see.
You good? You good, bro? You did? Yeah. Um, before we even go any further, I want to know like what was the background, the motivation for those? Like what made you decide to write about those specifically?
The one about marginalized is just the current living situation that I'm in. Kind of just try to follow in some footsteps, I guess. I don't know. I felt a higher calling, and now everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I'm living my life and I'm loving it. I live in a van down by the river, literally the Rio Grande, but I've never been to it yet. But I'm hoping to get there tomorrow up in Truth or Consequences. Right now I'm in Las Cruces, but
Hey, look, I love it. I thank
oh
you for sharing that. That's you being vulnerable with the people. And I said it before that we don't really understand how much poets really pour into their work. Like if you've never expressed yourself in no other way other than using your words, then it's probably going to be harder for you to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've really I have quite a lot of stuff written. Um, but over the course of these past few months, every time I write a book or whatever, like I've had a few compositions and I just bury them in the desert. I don't know why. It seems to be just to like write them down and just let them go, so you could just let the feelings escape you, and then they it seems like they hold less weight over you, even though some of them I wish I didn't throw away. But may I read one more poem?
Yeah,
That
yeah. You got. Matter of fact, hold that one. Hold on to that one because I
oh
wanna
yeah,
make
because we
sure.
got time, right? We'll
Yeah, yeah,
be able to
yeah,
go
yeah.
the loop. All right,
Yeah.
my bad.
We gonna spin back. I want to get Ivan up on the big screen real quick.
Sure.
Ivan, you ready? How you feeling?
Yes, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
All right, let me get you the solo real quick.
This one is titled, What is Love? I think I fell in love. All right, starting from the top. I think I fell in love. I think it might have been perfect. If there had been a time bomb on my affections to erupt my senses from these want projections, that it was this simple feeling, deep, sweet, homely, and calm, not twisted like this screwed up serpent bomb. I think I touched your heart. I think I might have liked that. Maybe I did. But we couldn't tame our dragons to bleed. No, we couldn't tame our dragons without bleeding like that. And that feeling was lost to us anyway. So deep, sweet, homely, and calm. Not twisted like this confusion that clouds from serpentine tight dungeons where passion had no minimum calm. We should have stopped and waited. Maybe just held hands. Not pretend to be sated by sweet flesh, fine touch, thick lost, raw love. Wait, love? What is love? Is it the warm glow in a mother's heart as she sings her little one to sleep? Or is it the sadness that causes her to many a night weep? When things go awry and her little one grows up to discover speed balls and critical high? Is it the fire that burns when we bother to do a kindness? The sweet urging on from the inside to put a smile on her face and to do it with gladness? Or the thought of you that makes me want to keep you safe from the world in my strong arms as you lay, arrested by better stories than the world might ever give you today? What is love? Is it the tragedy that unites us in our humanity? Or is it the death and bloodshed that harpoons our need for a touch, a gentle word, a smile, or a kiss? Not the fiction that in a certain way we ought to do it like this or that. I'm up in here asking questions because I need answers. What is the vibe that holds us as our true selves, not marching on like humanic dancers? In the spirit wind that airs our private seas as we tide through our journeys in the now. You came here, and before you did, you took a vow that it would be good, that it would be great, that it would be fantastic, and that you would find the perfect sate. Perhaps this vow is close to a feeling so deep, sweet, homely, and calm. Not the turbulent certainty that to rise another should be kicked down. What is love? In this daydream of unfolding stories and probably distorted realities. Tell me, what is love?
That was tough. That was tough. Better than me because it's been a few years since I've been able to get in that headspace to write. Was that recent motivation, or was this from a different lifetime when you wrote that?
Well, I do have reason to think it may be from a different lifetime, but I don't know. I feel like I have a couple lifetimes, you know, somewhere down my history. I don't know. I really don't know. In any case, it comes from my empathic grid, should I say? Empathic grid in the sense that, a lot of people, first off, I should state that, a poet being an empath is somebody who can tap into the soul of the world. And in my own personal experiences in not just writing, but feeling, having certain types of relationships and really wondering about the contexts that love could play out in a myriad number of realities, I have wondered what is love? And it shows up in so many ways, so many different, colors. And I found myself just scribbling the feelings. That's how the piece came to be.
Respect, respect, respect. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to Jamaican girl for tapping in real quick. Beautiful piece, bro. Beautiful piece.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
We're gonna keep the ball rolling. I'm gonna drop a freestyle, and then I'm gonna turn it back over to Sid, and we're gonna keep it moving. I'm in the spirit. I feel it in my bones, so I'm just gonna let it flow, and let's get it. Let's get it. I'm a walking prayer. My knees, they're full of scars, standing up and carrying the weight on my shoulders. The universe in my lungs, trying to express this pigmentation has been more difficult than carrying the cross. But the stars can't be counted. The numerous windspans beneath my feet can't articulate this dialogue. I walk in an architect of pain and misery and suffering from voices that yell from the silence of my own empath. In context, I'm speaking about the shadow, the whisperer, the sun seeker, the guy standing over the hollow grave, looking at his name being smothered in thought processes that never was supposed to be brought to fruition, asking for guidance, for survival, taking pieces of skin and bone and creating kits to dwell in the wilderness full of riddles and rhymes that don't seem to bend to the normalities of society. Here I am, walking amongst the living, expecting them to understand a single sentence. The irony. Blending in was the only way I knew how to connect to another culture. Retracting my own self to be the person that they expected, unexpected. The headstone told a different story. The skeleton key unlocked too many doors that my adversaries could walk through. And now I have to keep the lifesaver on deck just in case someone comes across these apostrophes and think that I'm making a statement when all I am doing is speaking about my own insanity.
Yes, sir. Ski sensational.
Beautiful.
Sid, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right. This is a brand new one, both written recently and has not been read anywhere yet. So I thought it would go with the deepness of all of these amazing poems that I've been hearing. So this is called Disconnected. Was it my mother's clutch, or was it me? Have I always been untouchable, uncomfortable with contact, Was it me who made me feel like that a loving stroke was always an irritation? Was I already fighting for freedom from claustrophobic connection, from the sensations I rejected? Or was it the middle school friend that decided my body was their game controller, silently projecting his own abuse into my innocent skin, the parts I hadn't come to understand myself? Did he teach my nerves to jump with any innocent hug? Or was it my history of anger, the borderline bipolar behavior, drawing connections between my mother's hand and my disinterest in her affections? Was I born without desire for caressing, or did discipline sever my cords? Did the spoon, the snatch of hair, the red marks, and screaming talks tear my touch trust apart? Or perhaps it was the mistakes I made, relationships I forced in the hopes to never be alone, staying for the attention but despising intentions, sans attraction, commitment attacked me. I stayed to feel normal while knowing it wasn't, devoid of my interest and attachment. Did I go against who I knew myself to be, or did I create my own hesitancy, training myself to ignore my discomfort in the hopes I'd be loved? Did I let myself decide compassion was not to be trusted, or did the world do it on its own? How do I know what is me, or what is the trauma's gentle whispering memory? Dare I say my distance has saved me, kept me immune to the pressure of an adult man's insistence at only 17, kept me in tune with the invisible signs of an unwanted college encounter before it took my flower in the sands of my peace. The resistance kept me from oversharing. The temple which I tentatively called home kept my flesh from the eyes of clicks and saves, kept me comfortable with my clothes closed, flaunting my femininity with fortitude, though it was tempting to taste the temptations of adulthood. The silence my skin savored kept my church closed to only true worshippers. Dare I say I got lucky? My distance from my skin gave me the chance to know myself. To this day, side hugs reign. Love comes through conversations and giving. But I'm comfortable in a crowd of those who love me and honor my boundaries just the way I need. Dare I say I got lucky to be loved and to love you back in the way I always wanted and craved, in a way that healed my aversion, reversed my sensory distortion, and gave me a reason to relearn to embrace touch. Patience transforming into trust because you love me so much.
Sensational.
Yeah, this is what I like. This is what I like. Said it before. This is my favorite part of the week, and it's for reasons like this, man. It seems like this is probably one of the few times you can be vulnerable without being judged. You know, such a refreshing feeling. Oh man, how you feeling? True, what's up, man? You I see you in the comments. I see you, you know, speaking your truth over there. How you feeling about everything so far?
Man, it's been an amazing night so far. Finally a space we can be vulnerable. Even though we're online, we still vulnerable to people, showing them that hey, we don't hold back at all. You know what I mean? What's in our heart will soon come to light. So I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to hear it all.
Right on, right on, right on. Well, look, man. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. I'm gonna turn it over to you. I'm gonna let you do your thing. And I see I haven't lost connection. I'm gonna see if he pull back up, but I'm gonna give it to Joe after you.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So this piece I wrote back a while ago when I was looking within and just realizing that, not everybody is who they say they are. So this is what I came up with. Now, people are like vampires, no self-reflection, invisible to the inner self, lost with no direction, ghostly figures in the ghoulish sky, like a shadowy vapor to the naked eye, seeking the treasure of a peaceful mind. as the candle of the mystics burns inside, revealing the secrets of a cryptic time, allowing hatred to resurface and shine. Shattered pieces of a once radiant past now fall to the floor like splintered glass, fading in the air like a venomous gas. Remnants of a dissolving joy, where hopes and dreams are no longer employed, and as lies creep in as a living decoy, paralyzed by their fear, complaining how life's not fair. And when it comes to doing the right thing, they just don't care. Who am I? They ask, finding themselves in a darkened state, hidden under a face disguised as a mask, watching as crumbs are stolen from off their plate, realizing they're unable to handle the task, so they become drunk from the dead man's flask. Yet I stand tall behind these fragile walls and pray that they will not fall as I look to the skies and see who will answer my call.
Hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nice work. Nice work. Shout outs. Shout outs. Shout outs. Oh man. Yo, I be wondering sometimes how we just come up with this stuff, man. Like you'll think you run out of words. It came to me the other day. I was like, man, but it's how so many ways you can bend words and make them something, and then I'd be like, damn, is there a end to it? I hope it ain't. I hope I don't get stuck somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where to go from here afterwards. That's why I really be like laid back and I don't be trying to do too much anymore because I don't want to get stuck. If that makes sense.
It's funny. I do have those thoughts sometimes where I'll be writing, especially when one of my favorite types of poems to do is I'll write a poem about whatever topic and try and not use any word repeated at all, like with exception of like and stuff like that. But I'll try not to reuse any of the like adjectives and nouns and stuff like that to see if I can express the idea without like, as I said, like challenge, and after I do those, I'll like run out of synonyms, and I always have the thought in my head like, oh my god, what if I run out of words one day? Like, what if there's I use everything and I can't make anything unique and it all just sounds the same. But yeah, just like you said, and then one day another one pops in your head and you're like, oh, there's another one. Cool.
Could I say something really cool about words? If you ever think you're running out of words, a lot of stuff is hidden in the phonetics of words, and you can break them down and they hold different meanings. Like language in itself can be broken down to be a gauge of all of our age if we all come from a word or whatever. Langu means my in Swahili, so if you put those two together, you get my age, and that points us all to being of the word, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then I don't know, lots of very fun words like, if we are of the word, then with just a little bit of love, just the L, we become of the world. I don't know. There's a lot of, like, you could play with words so fun, and people will find you crazy when you start losing your mind in how cool words are. They just unravel into something very, very, very cool.
I agree. I agree, man. Language is a very powerful thing, and like words can build somebody up or tear them down. So nowadays, I learned to be very careful with what I say and how I say it, because even if I don't have the intention of hurting you, just how I phrase the sentence can cause so much damage. So I'm like, and as a writer, you learn very quickly that just by putting three words together, someone's mood can change. So you have to, so I really do agree. Words are very, very powerful. If used correctly, it's a good thing. If used incorrectly, man, nations get burnt down. So, you know,
That's a fact.
I also love using old language, like from 1800s and before, as well, to pull in like historical terms, especially ones that really aren't used anymore. And I always enjoy when I'm in a poetry class, and we submit poems and get feedback and stuff like that. And I always enjoy when somebody reads my something I wrote and they're like, I don't actually know that word. I learned something new. And I'm like, yes, it's my goal.
Likewise. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn it over to Joe because I know he had one that he was simmering on. We can wrap up with anything you want to share, going around one more time, and then we'll close out. But Joe, I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna let you cook, and shout outs again to the peoples in the building, man.
Okay, I had one I was gonna read, but I found this one too. So, the cost of meeting life is knowing death. The value of knowing life is only meeting death. For those that are wandering and lost, and those that are too lost to wander, don't worry, all roads lead home. You are the compass and the map hiding under your nose. You are the compass and the map hiding under your nose is your guide. Don't lose them. You'll need to keep up and make sure they don't fall behind. All dead ends have a way out. When you get back, keep your lights on. They are too hot to touch. And then this one I found because we were talking about words. So, War of the Worlds is won with the words that turn man into hordes, the man into hordes. Hugh, the what are you doing, man? Hugh, man, chill out, dog. Chilly dog. Fill out the form. You're part of the swarm. Shawarma, I'll warn ya. That was a Marvel reference. Don't marvel. Between the lines, we avoid the fines. Caterpillars, cut it up. Caterpillars. They hold the paws, bare arms, no claws. Hear the claws. Closing statements, please. Peace where they please. And that's it, I guess.
Okay. You got it. Let me ask you a quick question before we go back into our final lap. What motivated you? Matter of fact, let me say this. I have written down things and I've buried them or I've tossed them in the river. That was my thing. Like I'll take a bottle, I put my letter in there. Sometimes I might just write the letter and just burn it.
All right.
I don't know why. I just feel like if I do this, then it'll just kind of take that weight off of me,
Absolutely. I think I don't know. I think some of the words are just they're so heavy, but there's stuff that we've felt from not even just like this life, from like lives before this or something. I don't know, from like everyone around us too. And I guess if energy speaks through us, then some of the stuff that we speak necessarily isn't our stuff, but we're, I guess, channeling it for others to get it out in a sense. Do you ever write something that just seems to come from out of nowhere, and then you're like, what the heck is this? And then it's a thought that's kind of gone after you express it. It's just like, boom, that was all I needed to say. And then I don't know.
Yeah, I've done that way more than I like. But sometimes you be in a moment and it come out, you would have wished you kind of thought about what you was going to say before you actually said it, and then but that comes with what True Whisper said, man, about watching what you say and how you speak over yourself.
Well, something that me and my buddy had recently talked about is if you write something, you live it. Like it's like you kind of like you make it happen by writing it. So I don't know. That's very, very cool. Like words come to life, I guess. To I don't know. I don't know how it works, but whatever we write down somehow manifests into our reality, and so we have to be very careful with like what we write about ourselves and others, and how we express how we feel about our surroundings and whatnot, because that carries a lot of weight outside of our bodies and whatnot.
I agree. Matter of fact, before I forget, shout out to True, man, because he's the mastermind behind the intro. It took me a very long time to come up with one that I actually wanted to settle with. And I heard like the brother is a songwriter, poet. I didn't know he had all that going on. I heard this joint. I was like, yeah, I gotta get this one, man. Fire. The collaboration. And you did remixes to it too. He did some remix, like, bro, the joint you did earlier. I'm like, bro, how is you able to? You can put that on just about anything and it still slap. But shout outs.
Appreciate it, appreciate it. I try to I always try to find a way to make my poetry go where it needs to go. So if like however way it reaches people, because we're saying that words are powerful, and sometimes people will hear it how you speak it. Sometimes someone else has to say it for you. Sometimes you have to do it through song. But as long as the poetry's out there and people are being touched, the lives are being changed through it, and people are getting inspired, I'm happy to help where I can.
I met everybody here on Threads. The only person who abandoned us is the one up here at the top. She abandoned us. She left. Oh, nah, I'm just bullshit. But nah, I met everybody here off Threads, man, and I think Threads was probably one of the best things to happen to somebody like me, man, because
Threads, it weaves it together, man. It seems to, definitely pull some strings. So it's nice because it's just all words for the most part. There's not much distractions, and you could, I don't know, it gets right to the point. And it's not like a show off thing where the websites or whatever, the social media platforms are just pictures and captions. Like this is, you actually share your heart on Threads, and when you share your heart, you attract others, right?
yeah. Well, look, I want to give y'all the space to say something to the people. Anything that you want to leave the people with before we close out. I'm just going to say I thank you all for being here this evening. Hope this isn't the last time that we get to do this. And shout outs to the people. Shout outs to the mastermind behind the beat, the song, the poetry. Shout out to Sydney. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Ivan. Voice in the building. Salutes to him for being here. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done next week too, if possible. We'll see what happens. But shout outs. I'm gonna turn it over. If anybody got anything they want to say, you got the floor.
Thank you for being here. I enjoyed doing this. And for anyone watching, read a book, write something. Don't listen to Grok. He's not going to give you good advice. And I'll see you guys next time.
I just want to quickly say, whatever inspires you, go for it. Don't be afraid of your creativity. Don't be shy about it. Just try something different because you never know where it can go. I didn't think anything about it when I made those songs and I turned those poems into songs. I didn't think nothing about it. And so when Creed reached out to me and asked me for it, I was like, oh shoot, you really want it? I didn't even charge it for it. I didn't even care to charge it. I said, yo, man, here, hold that because it was just something that I just had fun with. I wanted to try something different and it went far. So don't ever count yourself out. Little things over a period of time can progress to big things if you just do it consistently. So salute to y'all. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you, Creed, for putting this together and setting up a space for us all to speak and share poetry. And it's very, very cool to be able to hear one another and rather than just seeing the words typed on the threads, man. It was very cool to hear everyone speaking, and I love it. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity, man. Thank you so much. And thank you guys, True Whisper, Cindy, for sharing your hearts. And Ivan, thank you as well. That was so cool. Thank you, Creed.
Thank you for joining us. Your work was really amazing to listen to. Both of you, as well as Ivan, even though he's not here. I hope you guys come back.
Yeah, I hope to feel more comfortable and share some of my more, I guess not personal poems, but more bewildering poems that might drive you mad.
Nice. Yeah, we need you back, Joe. We need you back. It was a fun time with you, man.
Definitely, definitely.
And you as well, Sydney. You as well.
Thank you.
Well, look, we about to get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evenings. You know where I'm at. Mikasa and Sukasa. Y'all always welcome here. This is a chill vibe. That's all we do up here. Next time, I might have to have that freestyle.
Oh, jeez.
We have to spin the block. I'll let you off this week. You know what I'm saying? I might bring it back. We'll see, though. All right, put it this way. If we have 5 people in here next week, 5 or more, I'll bring it back. I'll put it like that.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And City, you know all the words, so you should be good anyway.
But I'm terrible at putting things together on the spot. Like I can on paper, but as soon as it has to come out of my mouth, I sound like a rambling idiot.
That's what makes it fun. You never know what's gonna come out.
Oh, we have some classes up here, man. But no, it's all love, man. We just have fun up here. I'm gonna let y'all get up off here. I gotta get back in this lab. And if y'all need to reach me, you know how. I ain't hard to find. Do me a solid before y'all go, if you don't mind.
What's the goddamn button?
Peace.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat.
Stranded and alienated, stripped and humiliated, wallowing in a vision now cold and isolated, caught in the lies of a false reality, feeling the sting of inner depravity, as sin begins to pull you in like a rigid force of gravity, yeah. Spewing out lies while claiming to be true, drowning you in sorrow like a proverbial stool, robbing you of all you ever known, forcing itself onto one's throne. It attacks so ruthlessly, it attacks so relentlessly.